this is Akanksha, and today we'll be solving merge case sorted lists question. So again, this question is one of the frequently asked questions in interviews, and it comes in hard category here. It just say that we have k number of lists in total, and we need to merge these lists into a single list. And these lists are sorted already, and the output, the resultant list, should also be sorted. We can actually solve this problem using merge to sorted list. So the video that I previously created is about merge to sorted list. So we'll take help of that approach and we'll merge the k sorted list. For doing that, we'll definitely need a private method. So let's just say private list node merge to sorted lists. And here we'll pass two lists as parameters, list node and list node list2. Now once we have these, again we'll write the edge cases. So if my list1 is equal to null, then return list2. If my list2 is equal to null, then return list1. If not, then we'll create our dummy head as we always do. While my list1 is not equal to null and list2 is not equal to null, then if my value of list1 is greater than equal to value of list2, in this case, okay, let's also initialize our current pointer. So list node cur is equals to dummy head. So here we can say current dot next is equal to list2 dot val, oh not val, actually list2, and list2 is equals to list2 dot next, else current dot next is equals to list1 and list1 dot next. Okay, so list1 is equals to list1 dot next. So after this, for both the cases, we want our current to be current dot next. Now since we are already writing and here, so we'll have to again check if my list1 is not equal to null, then current dot next is equals to list1. If my list2 is not equal to null, then current dot next is equals to list2, and overall return our dummy head dot next. Okay, so this is the algorithm for merging two sorted lists. Now for k sorted list, we'll call this private function again and again. So let's say first let's write the edge case. So if my lists dot length equals to 0, then return null, and if not, then we'll traverse through each list. We need two lists, so let's say if for I int equals to 0, I is less than lists dot length minus 1 and I plus plus. And for all the sorting function, you know what, first we need to actually check if my lists dot length equals to 1. In this case, we'll return simply lists of 0 because we know there's only one element in this array. If not, then let's actually call our temp list here for this particular function with lists of 0 comma lists of 1. Okay, so once I get these two lists already merged, I can actually start traversing through the second element, and instead of -1, let's just say lists dot length. And for our temp, again, let's call this function, and here let's pass lists of I comma temp. So whatever the result is, we are passing it in our output, in our helper function, and the result of this function, we are again saving it to temp. So every time we are just updating our temp, and at last we'll actually return temp. So what we did is we are first checking the edge case. If it's 0, then null. If it's 1, then return lists of 0. That is the first element. If not, then for the initial temp, we are just merging two lists, that is lists of 0 and lists of 1. Then we are starting our pointer or our index through 2, and again we are sending temp, and we are merging these. Hopefully this should work. Let's see. Okay, it does for this sample test case. Yay, it does work. So for speaking of time complexity, so I would say the time complexity is O of k multiplied by n, where k is the total number of lists in this lists array, and n is the maximum number of elements in any particular list. So for example, you have 5 lists, and out of which there's a list which has 10 elements, and that is the maximum number of elements. So the time complexity will be somewhere around 5 multiplied by 10. So this is the time complexity. I think that's it. Thank you. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.